folks, I am live here today from Chicago. I hope you're all doing good out there. Today I'm going to break down a one-chord Delta blues riff that I think is pretty cool, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about my finger-picking blues song bag guitar course, which is starting up this coming Tuesday, September 9th. That's going to be a 10-week course, the first time I've ever done anything like this, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a bit, but if you want to take a quick look, you can find out more about it at ericnoden.com. I'll be breaking down 5 songs and spending 2 weeks on each song, so that's going to be cool. Let's get into this Delta blues riff. So I thought this would be a cool thing to show you guys. A one-chord riff. This is pretty similar to what I use for my song Midwest Blues. Also a song that I did with Joe Falisco called The Grind. Use kind of similar riffs. It's based off of an E chord. And it's got this kind of sound, sounds like this. Okay, wait a minute. I just realized I'm playing the riff wrong. Let me play it for you again. It's actually going to go like this. I forgot I added a little more syncopation into it. I was playing it a little bit too straight there a minute ago. So what we're going to do is use just a thumb and one finger. That's something that's typical in the sort of Mississippi style of blues. A lot of those players used just a thumb and one finger. You get an effect kind of like a flat pick, but you can do things that you can't do with a flat pick. Let's take an up close look at this riff. So here's what it's going to look like. So like I said, we're holding down an E chord. So just grab your E chord. And our thumb part, the bass part, is going from the 6th string to the 2 middle strings. So it's hitting that 4th string and 3rd string together. It's kind of an alternating, basically an alternating bass there. We are going to put a little more emphasis on the 2 and 4, or those 2 middle strings. You could use a little bit of your palm here to kind of get a little bit more percussion, a little more snap, right? So I'm just kind of lightly grazing that palm of my hand across the guitar strings. You notice I'm not planting my hand like this, like an electric guitar mute. You don't want to do that because that's going to limit your picking power. You don't want to limit the picking power. So let's take a look at the first part of the riff. So that's our thumb part. We're going to put this finger here and we're going to hit 2 strings with it, the 1st and 2nd strings. So we're going to go thumb, finger, thumb. It's just the first 3 notes. Try that. So thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb. Then we're going to take our pinky, put it on the 3rd fret 1st string, and we're going to pinch the 1st string and the 6th string. And then the thumb's going to go to those middle notes. So let's try that whole part. So if we try that whole part, we're going, this is the first measure. So we're going thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb. Now if you want, if you got a really strong pinky, you can do a tiny bit of a bend on there. That'll make it sound even more Delta bluesy. Okay, then the second part of the riff, we're going to do the same thing, thumb, finger, thumb. But now we're going to move the pinky to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and we're going to pinch there. That's a pretty cool sound. That's your E7 chord. So try the second measure. So thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb. Thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb. So let's try the whole thing. So your pinky's kind of jumping around because you're going to that first string, then to the second string. So it's a bit of a pinky workout that we got going on here. And other than that, we just got this solid, steady, alternating bass pattern going on. Now it's kind of interesting because we get some of the notes of the E major chord, but we're also playing some of the notes of the E minor chord. So you get this cool kind of clash of major and minor, which is kind of part of the blues sound. So let's try both of those measures together. So we're going thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, pinch, thumb. Yeah. A little bit faster, but adding in a little bit of that muting that I was talking about. You get this. I'm adding an emphasis on the 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that's important, is like what you're accenting, what you're muting, what you're not muting makes a riff like this come alive. So just seeing that little me do what I did there might seem pretty simple, but when you add in that muting, and then you add in that little bit of that bend, and an accent, cha, 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 2, 3, 4. So let's get that 2 and 4 accent, and then we can speed it up, and it'll sound really cool if you've got it, the timing of it right. This is straight eighth notes, so it's kind of mechanical, tucka 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 kind of eighth notes. And it's not a shuffle, which a shuffle is more cha-chut cha-chut, but we got more of just a straight eighth notes going on. And so if we speed that up, let's take a up close look again so you can follow the tab. We speed it up. Now, and when you do something like this, I wouldn't always do it exactly like that over and over. This is a good way to learn it, is just learn if you can do this riff real accurately, then you can expand upon it and add other things. The thing that would pretty much remain the same most of the time is going to be that thumb beat. Thumb's always chap, 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 chap. Very pentatonic, so I'm really playing notes. Mostly notes from the pentatonic scale. We've got that E major chord in there, which kind of throws a wrench in things a bit. But for the most part, the riffs and stuff I'm doing are right off of that minor pentatonic scale. E minor pentatonic scale. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Hope you're getting something out of this. One chord delta blues riff, so you don't really have to change chords for this. Some musicians that did stuff like this was Mississippi Fred McDowell. He's one. R.L. Burnside is another one. Sometimes Robert Johnson did some stuff in this vein. So I do want to talk a little bit about my upcoming guitar course. I'm really excited about this. If you are watching this live or not too long after, you've got an opportunity to join me. I'm doing a 10-week course. I've never done one this long before online. It's going to take place live online. And I find that most YouTube teachers out there, most online guitar teachers do not offer courses where you actually get to be live with them, learning from them directly, and you can also ask me questions via chat and email and stuff like that. So this is a cool opportunity to learn from me. I'm going to do 5 tunes, and I'm going to spend 2 weeks on each tune. So what we'll do is I'll break down the basics, the basic picking and singing, if there is singing, in the first week. And then the second week, I'm going to get into how you can add on to it, how you can add some, solos into it or variations. So I am excited about this. It's going to be really cool. You can sign up for it right now or learn more details about it at ericnoden.com. But like I said, it's going to be for 10 weeks. It's going to be on Tuesdays, 1:30 p.m. Chicago time. There are replays available, so if you can't make the live course, I do offer replay recordings of each class that we do that you get access to for about 6 months after the class ends. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be playing out in Ohio next week at the Battleground Bar. You can find out more about that at ericnoden.com as well, or wherever I'll be. I've got all my performance dates listed there. But once again, I'm excited about this song bag class. It's really going to be a blast, and I hope you can join me in it because it's going to be cool. I provide guitar tablatures. I do get, on-screen tabs like you're seeing here today with this Delta Blues riff, but you actually get PDF tabs for each class that I do. I'm trying to think what else. That's pretty much, that's the main info. The main info is you should sign up because I am excited to work with folks. This is a special opportunity to work with me, and I don't know, I might not always be doing classes like this, courses like this, so take advantage of it while you can. Maybe I'll end up and play a little bit of, maybe I'll play a little bit of the Midwest blues. That's a tune that uses kind of that 1-chord Delta riff that I was talking about. I'll play a little bit of the Midwest blues so you can hear, hear this kind of thing in context. Out in Portage County, where up in Chicago. Soup out of a can, soup out of a can, soup out of a can, soup out of a can. Treated like a dog, treated like a dog, treated like a dog. Back in Ohio, back in Ohio, back in Ohio, Ohio, Ohio. Chicago, $45 fare. That's right. Cleveland to Chicago, $45. Skip the dog. I'm gonna skip the dog. I'm gonna skip the dog. Gonna skip the dog. Let my Oldsmobile take me there. And it take me there. Take me there. Take me there. yeah, so both of these styles that I just played are kind of similar because they're both kind of those low-down blues styles, Mississippi kind of flavor. And like I said before, it uses a lot of the pentatonic scale. So when you just stick to those notes in that minor pentatonic and maybe add a little extra, tiny extra every once in a while to get a bend or a blues note, you really get that more of that spooky kind of flavor that you get in Mississippi blues, as opposed to like maybe a happier sounding blues that's got more, you know. That's a very major sounding blues. It has more of the major chords in it, as opposed to. So yeah, it's a cool sound. I love the sound of those pentatonics, and if you stay true to that, then when you play these different types of blues, different styles of blues, they'll have a different character to them and sound really cool. All right, well, I think it's good to pop on here. Hope you're all doing good. Say hello in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video. It helps me out a lot. But even more so, it'd be great if you signed up for my finger-picking blues guitar song bag course. It's going to start September 9th. That's this coming Tuesday, depending on when you're watching that. September 9th, 2025. To November 11th. It's going to be on Tuesdays at 1:30, but there's going to be replays, so you can still sign up even if you can't make all the live classes. So I hope you'll consider joining me, and I'll see you guys around real soon. Keep on picking, keep playing music, and I'll see you around.